Hello everybody, welcome back to Star Citizen Central. My name is Draxus, and this is the second video in our series about what on earth to do with buying new items to put onto your ship. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to take the items we purchased in the last episode and put them on your ship. So there are two different ways to go about doing that. The first way we're going to talk about is the method that you use in the universe, which is going to refer primarily to Crusader and the hangars, and maybe one day in Area 18, but definitely Crusader and the hangars. So we're going to go ahead and load up our hangar now. For the sake, it works the same in both environments, but because the hangar is a single player experience, it's going to load a little quicker for us. And then we will go over how this works. So, inside the hangar, you're going to approach your ship to make adjustments. Now, real quickly, if you do not see your ships in here, if you are brand new to the game, you've just purchased some stuff, you've never used the hangar before, and you don't see your ships, what you want to do is look on the ground, and you will see, right there's one, a little green spot. This is actually part of the same mechanic, the same tool that's currently in the game. By the way, everything we're looking at is for 2.6.3. You're going to see this little green spot. When you click it, left click. This is one thing. Liveworks AR is inconsistent with the rest of the interaction mechanics in the game. I do think this will change. It is currently a left click, whereas interacting with everything else is, pressing the F key. So you're going to look at it so it blinks, and then you're going to left click, and that's going to bring up Liveworks AR. You'll see a list of your ships, so you'll just click the one that you want to see here. But I've already done that for both my M50 and my Hornet F7C. So once it is up, it is time to begin equipping the weapons that you have purchased. So we're going to start here over on the left wing, and we'll work our way through some of the other modules that are here. So by default, weapons in Star Citizen, to the best of my experience, do not come gimbaled. You have to attach them to a gimbal. So if you recall, gimbaled weapons are what allow you to shoot inside a cone of effect off the front of your ship, as opposed to being locked to what is essentially the nose of your ship. So we're going to left click here to pull up Liveworks AR, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove the gimbal, and that's also going to remove the weapon that's attached to it. So what you can do is, let's say we don't want it gimbaled. Now personally, I like putting my stuff on a gimbal, that way I have a choice. But let's say I know I'm never going to use the gimbal and I just want to equip it to the wing. You can, and if you do this, it's going to be calibrated so that it fires at your reticle, or at the center of where your reticle would be, of where your nose is pointing, but it's not going to have an ability to aim in that area of effect. Now, if you want to do that, it's very easy. You're just going to come up here, we'll remove the gun, and let's do a size 3 gimbal. And let's say we want to attach a big laser cannon to it. We'll do an M4A made by Barrig. And there we go. This is now a gimbaled M4A. Big boy laser cannon that will fire in a cone of effect, or cone of effect, why not, in front of the ship. So that's that. Pretty easy. And you rinse and repeat for the other side of your ship. So you got your other wing, you do it over there too. Okay, next thing I want to look at is the Ordinance. So Ordinance is missiles and rockets. So I currently have Marksman 1s equipped, and Dominator 2, and an Ignite 2. So, and in the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about how to tell what all that means, Ignite versus Dominator versus whatever else Marksman. But for right now, all you need to know is if it says it's an Ordinance type, those are missiles or rockets. And they work the same way. You left click and choose the one that you want to put on here. There is not a way inside the game currently to view the stats on this. So if you want to know what makes an Ignite 2 better than a Dominator 2, you're going to have to go to the Roberts Space Industry website to look that up. Now, ballistic weapons. So that's a laser cannon back there. This is a ballistic weapon. Ballistic means it fires actual rounds of munitions. Energy weapon fires laser beams. Munitions, laser beams. All right, so they work the exact same way. There it is. So you can change out what you want. So if you want some Tarantula Mark IIIs up there, that's a big cannon. Or if you want a Mantis, which is that big Gatling gun, you can. The main thing to remember when you're using this, if you jump into a game, and for whatever reason, this bad boy or bad girl isn't firing, it's because you forgot to put ammo boxes on. By default, especially if you do this in the other mode, that we'll get to in a minute, it's not going to include the ammo boxes. Now this one will, because I've already attached them to it and things persist. But to do that, you want to make sure you find the ammo box type, click it. It's going to give you a list of options. Click it, and now you have ammunition. This big one happens to have 2 slots, so you can double your ammo. There we go. Now I have munitions in there. It's mostly a placeholder mechanic right now. I assume that in the future we'll have different types of ammunition that maybe, has better range or does more damage or better penetrating power, but that stuff doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter for getting the game into this test state. It'll matter sooner or later, and we'll test it when it does. That is it for this first mode. We're going to go back to the main menu now, and I'll show you the second one, and then we will be done. Alright, so the other one is inside of Arena Commander. And all you're going to do is click Arena Commander and go to Ship Customization, and you'll get this nifty hologram that lets you make adjustments to your ship. And you're going to make adjustments in the exact same way. And everything that you see that's customizable in here is also customizable where we just were, but we're just focusing on weapons for now. So, same way, like if you want to adjust your gimbal or remove the gimbal, it's right there, above it. Or if you want to adjust the gun, and it'll highlight based on what you're editing. And then over here on the left-hand side, it gives you the different options that are either currently connected or can be connected. So, like, for example, if we want to replace this Omniski, we can. We just click it, and then, okay, now it's a Bulldog repeater. Just at the end of it, you want to make sure that you save the changes. Once you save the changes, whether you save it in... So let me rephrase. In this mode, you have to click Save Changes. In Hangar or in Crusader, it will save automatically. But once you're done making your changes, they will persist. So if you make changes in Arena Commander, those changes will be the same in Crusader or the Hangar and vice versa. That's it. You now know how to add weapons or other modules to your ships after you have purchased them. And this applies whether it's rented with Rec or purchased forever with UEC. Thank you all so much for watching. It has been a pleasure as always. And until next time, I will teach you in the verse.